Gather around, Island lovers. It's Demi and Jasmine with your fire pit chat. Your daily dose of all things Love Island.
Okay, we are back. Oh my god, I'm so breathy.
We had a brief hiatus because Demi got a horrible sickness over the weekend.
I'd like to blame it on Clark.
Clark also was sick, and he might be patient zero.
Literally. And so we're gonna recap Sunday, Monday, and tonight.
Okay.
Which I did the highlights.
Exactly, because there only really a handful of things happened across those 3 episodes.
So on Sunday, which I was so mad about that I couldn't physically watch that episode that night, where the girls recouple. I just I'm okay now. I had to take a break from Sammy and Jess, but like that whole situation was driving me so up a wall. Like I hate Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't even stand the fact that Jess was dumping this fucking nice guy. It was bothering me so much.
I feel bad for the new guy.
Me
whose
too.
name I will never learn at this point.
There's no point.
There's no point. He's gone. Spoiler alert. Like he's gone. But I felt bad for him. He just like wasn't given a fair shake.
No, and I can't. I'm okay now, but it's like one of those things like I can't care more for Jet about the situation than Jess does.
Right. We can lead a horse to water, but we cannot make it drink.
You and these damn sayings. But for Sunday night, the Ella 1 and Ella 2 dynamic was a little shifty.
Mm-hmm.
Where the dressing room thing where Ella
made her move.
What the hell?
That was so uncalled for, Ella.
That was really bitchy.
And also in Love Island, like you can't just like have drawers. Like this is like a rotating, like the dressing room isn't meant to be like, your name isn't set in stone in the dressing room. Like I just thought that was
musical chairs up in there.
Right. Or just make her feel awkward by being like, oh, all my stuff's in there. Can you pass me this? And this, and this, and then she'll say, let me move.
So true.
But to ask her to move, like you own that spot.
That was really gross. And the fact that she even called it out, like, and Ella was like, no, I asked you politely if you would move. I hate when people turn around and question like that. Like, literally, Mike just did that to me again. Like, I give him the same answer and he keeps asking in different ways. And it's like, what do I need to do to tell you that I don't want to do that?
I literally, one of my biggest pet peeves, like, I'm just going to ask you in different ways to get the answer I want. Exactly. Then don't ask me because my answer is going to be the same.
Exactly.
Or just do it without me. So annoying.
I can't stand that. And so when Ella's like, oh, that was such a passive, that was on purpose. Like, no matter what Ella wants to say, that was on purpose. And then all of a sudden, Mitch cannot decide between Ella and Abi. Then Abby's starting to rekindle things with Scott.
I'm disappointed Scott let Abi come back. I know it's desperate times, and I think that's the only reason Scott allowed it to happen, because he's like, it's either, I guess, this or I'm going home. And Abi was moving crazy. Mitch, though, was so irritating and annoying, and the back and the forth and the saying like one totally different side of the spectrum to one versus one totally different side of the spectrum. I didn't fill that up.
My throat is on the fritz, so I know this is from literally like
the least
Friday.
I could have done was fill it up with fresh water, and I didn't.
It's okay.
But him just being like, I'm all on Abi, and then I'm all on Ella, and then I'm all on Abi, and then I'm all on Ella. It just was so irritating. And then after the recoupling, when he went back to I want Abi now,
that was crazy.
And wakes up the next day and was like, actually, psych, I want Ella. I'm like, no, I'm officially done with this fool. He's a fool. He's acting like a loser. He was annoying me. Everything he was saying to everyone was annoying. The 3 of them are annoying me. Ella, Abi, and Mitch.
Who's annoying you the most?
Mitch.
Really? I can't. Abi was annoying me the most, like to a point where I'm like, this girl's like not okay. Like she's one of those girls that like you need to run from. She's crazy. Like I hate when guys call girls crazy, but this girl is crazy.
Yeah, and she's just a little bit too like needs to be all in on one or the other. Then talking about to Scott about Mitch, like mugging both of them off. I'm just like, Abi, just like literally do less
and like learn your audience. Like
totally. Like she's not self-aware. Yeah.
And someone like our fave YouTuber commenter. Okay. maybe YouTube commenter,
Mm-hmm.
made a good point. Remember how she was saying that her horse was in the stables with like Harry and William,
Mm-hmm.
Prince,
Right? Prince and
I'm sorry, I don't know how to
Prince and
properly address
person
them.
who left the throne.
Oh
Prince
my God.
and absentee royal.
Oh my God, stop.
No, just kidding. I don't want to cause fights about like that's a political.
Me and you can go back and forth on that.
Yeah, yeah.
all
I
day.
don't know. I don't know them.
Anyway,
So-
she must have to be super rich
Mhm.
to have, because he was saying, he's like, no one could just have their horse there. So she must be super rich that he thinks that she was really spoiled. Like, she is a very spoiled girl. And the fact that he said that, now I'm watching like through that lens and I'm like, I feel like she is. Like, she's just a spoiled brat.
Yeah, that's actually very good intel. She does seem spoiled.
Yeah.
Also, something controversial is like her being a horse girl. Her being a horse girl, like that tracks too. She's giving horse girl energy, you know.
I didn't know she was a flight attendant too.
Also giving flight attendant energy.
Very.
You know what I mean?
She's just like a walking red flag to me.
Yeah, I feel like she just is too used to being sought after. Like, this humbled her.
See, I actually don't know. I feel like she's not used to like, I feel like she's used to this chasing. And then the guy, she scares the guys away. Like, I'm telling you.
And that's why she holds on even tighter.
Exactly. Like, she doesn't know how to have a guy.
Yeah, you actually, I think you just flipped my, now I'm convinced that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, because she reeks of insecurity.
And just like, I don't even know if it's probably insecurity, but it's just
she has abandonment
crazy,
issues.
dude.
Yeah.
She's just crazy. Like, she's just like the guy from You. Like, I feel like just like stalker. She will, if you tell the guy, if the guy's like, I'm going out to the club, she is at the club.
Yeah,
sitting
in sunglasses and a binocular.
Like, she is there. No one's safe.
No one's safe. She's the girl who, you don't know it, but she shared location. So now she can track your every move.
Facts.
Like, she is doing
She has
that.
all the passwords.
She's asking, like, friends of a girl that he's in the back of a picture with, like,
Exactly.
about that girl. Totally.
Like, she has used his face when he was asleep to get on his phone.
Totally.
That's Abby.
Yeah, that's Abby.
So I really don't know. I don't like her with Scott. I don't like how, flash forward to tonight's episode where she was safe and she like did a face. It's like, that wasn't for you.
And being smug.
Because
like,
at that point, you were fucking batshit crazy at the time of the vote.
She's lucky she wasn't with Mitch.
Yeah, I know, right?
Then, because I don't know, though, Whitney, and that was a weird...
What the hell?
But
sorry, I
don't
can't even believe I didn't bring that up yet. I was writing. I never thought Mitch would leave the show. Like, I was getting ready to
say
make
goodbye.
my eulogy for fucking Mitch. And the fact that they said Kady and Uzi, I was dumbfounded.
But, like, does Whitney just hate Kady or something? Because...
But when Lochan and Uzi
are boys.
Honestly, I feel like they made them choose. Why on earth would they keep Mitch and Ella? I don't understand.
But it makes no sense. First of all, they barely have a connection. I don't even think they're going to last to the finale. I don't even think Ella wants... She can't even fake it anymore. He's so icky.
Yeah.
And she is faking it. She's been faking it the whole time. I don't even think she wants any part of this anymore. Mitch is just, like, so gross right now. Kady and Uzi, like, at least, like, objectively have a good thing going. They haven't given anyone really any reason to doubt them. Like, Uzi even got a little bit jealous that Kady at the game shows he likes her.
Yeah.
Lochan saying
Lochan. I think
Lochan.
It is Lochan.
Lochan saying him and Uzi have been there since day one and they're the closest people in the villa. So why are you sending your buddy home? That was so weird. And did the producers do that because of Kady's secret boyfriend?
I don't know. And like the fact that we never even got like a goodbye from Kady and Uzi, like no, like we got Kady's last credit. We didn't even get a last, I mean, like barely with Uzi. Like it was just so bizarre that it was planned. Like my jaw opened when she said, I thought after she said Ella and Mitch, I was like, oh, did she say that's who they chose to go home? And then Maya says congrats. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Right. Like I didn't think there was any any version of reality where Mitch was safe.
Even them discussing it, they weren't leaning toward that. So I feel like this was literally planned. Like they had to say this. Even the tomorrow one, when they're like, that was the wrong decision. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Right. But I'm so interested in listening to them try to defend this decision because it's so clearly the wrong decision. And for Ty, of all people to say that, to say Uzi should still be in the villa, like you really chose wrong. It is so weird. I'm desperate to know why they think they deserved to go home.
More time?
But
isn't that not what the point of the show is at this rate? Like
exactly.
this point in time?
Like none of you have any more time left. So like why don't you go with the couple who's pretty solid at this point?
Yeah.
Versus he barely chose Ella like 3 hours ago.
Honestly.
It was so weird. It was so weird.
I couldn't believe that.
I refused to believe it.
Me too. Like, and Uzi looked so hot. Like, honestly, him and Kady looked really good together. Like, just standing there.
Uzi was
so hot.
Uzi's even hotter than Uzi was like so hot in the pie episode, the Snog Marry Pie episode. Something about him just really got my gears rolling.
That was me at the pool party.
Oh
like his
my
just
God,
hair with the shirt.
And like just his vibe. Oh my God. He's just like,
yeah, he's really hot. But I wasn't necessarily a fan of him and Kady. There was something off with the way Kady was acting toward Uzi.
Greer.
She didn't care. Yeah.
Her boyfriend. Genuinely, like once you said the secret boyfriend thing, that makes so much sense.
I went to go to her followers to see if she follows a Liam Greer.
Oh.
And she doesn't, but she follows a Sarah Greer, which I think is his
even
sister,
more telling.
Obviously.
Even more telling.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a Greer in the picture.
Yeah, I'm convinced that's what it was.
And honestly, I'm trying to figure out, when is Kady telling Uzi this? Like, do you think Kady already dipped?
I think that literally like took their mics off and she was like, nice doing business with you.
You're so right. I can't even see them like on the plane together, in the airport together.
No, like literally as the producers are still there and she was like, nice.
It's
nice
like the end of The Hills with Kristen and
yeah,
Brody.
They're like pulling away the lights. Totally. It's like all fake.
It was so awkward because even Ella and Mitch were holding hands up there. Like, Kady was not into Uzi.
How?
And she was like, he was upset and she's like, sad.
She's like, really? Oh. But okay, can we kind of rewind back to the Snog Marry Pie episode? How weird it was that, first of all, Zach kissed Kady.
Bizarre.
But even 10 times weirder in my mind was that Kady chose to kiss Zach back again.
And say that weird thing. Like, honestly, I think Kady had the secret boyfriend. The producers know about the secret boyfriend. They were, because Kady stirred up a few little things.
Right.
That were unnecessary. Like, why did you say that? Like, missed cuddles in bed. Like, and I fancy Zach. Like, what?
And like, but do you? Like,
no.
Zach and Uzi standing next to each other. Uzi makes Zach literally look like someone I would never want to get to know. Like,
100%.
It's so crazy how you cannot be into Uzi. Like, and I say this as an engaged woman. Like,
I know, right?
I would seriously have to think about my future if he actually was interested in me.
Stop.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, like, for real.
Like, please, Clark, do not listen to this episode. And by the way, happy birthday.
I know.
But like, I just don't understand.
Hall pass.
Totally.
He will take my hall pass.
How are you not into him? Like,
yeah.
Everything about him, his vibe, his energy, his looks, like he's a model. Like, he must make money. Like, I don't get that. So I just thought it had to be a ploy with her kissing Zach. I think Zach kissed Kady because Zach's an idiot.
Like, I think the producers are like, people are snoozing on Molly and Zach.
Right.
Kady, get back in there. This is what we hired you for.
Right. Light a fire and walk away.
Right.
Yeah, because that was just so weird. And
how about Molly's face when Kady was in the bottom? Did you see her like smirk?
Oh, really?
I like hated that moment.
Yeah, Molly is coming off, in my opinion.
Well, let's
not the best.
Make this clear that this whole podcast is our opinion.
Right. Now I'm just scared if I ever say anything bad. I'm like, it's my opinion, not a fact.
This whole podcast is our opinion.
Quite literally.
What's your opinion?
I don't think she's come off very good these past few episodes. Like, I don't like the way she handles things.
No. It's something about her.
Yeah.
It throws me off. It's because it's inauthentic, and we're all feeling that.
Right.
You feel when someone is being inauthentic. Like, even though Mitch is so messy, he's being himself, even though we don't like it.
To a fault. Right.
Right. Exactly. But Molly is being something else. So we're all a little turned off by it because it's inauthentic. And I liked the point, going back to Mitch, where Ella was like, you're people pleasing. Exactly what I said. Literally. Like, you're trying to please both people, so you're end up hurting two people because you're not being truthful. Like, I was like, wow, didn't I just say that?
No, and as a people pleaser myself, you can get yourself into those sticky situations, and it's really hard. That gives me just as much anxiety as if I was hurting someone's feelings.
Exactly.
Because then you end up hurting everyone's feelings.
Exactly.
So then you're in a really tough boat. So it is a really fine line to cross, but honesty is always the best policy. And that's why I can't stand to watch Mitch right now, because he was like flailing, and it was hard to watch.
I didn't find Mitch that annoying. I found
Really?
Abby annoying. And I found Ella fake. And I just cannot believe that they're back in the villa. I'm so like, this is like week 4 shit you keep around this just because it's entertaining to us. But we're at the finale here. Why is Mitch still here?
Why is Mitch still here? He's never had a like genuine connection except for to Abby, and when he did, he just blew that up. For Ella, who I don't know how Mitch can't see she is not into him.
I know.
Ella should do everyone a favor and be like, Mitch, I'm actually not that into you. Like, you can go do your thing with Abby.
I kind of wish Abby and Mitch were still together, though.
I mean, genuinely, we thought they had the best connection. I still thought in the outside world, I still think in the outside world, they would work the best. They might be just a little bit too similar.
They're crazy, though.
They're psychotic. They're toxic in a different, they're like silly toxic. Ella and Tyreek are like toxic. You know what I mean?
We didn't talk about Ella and Tyreek. The comment that Tyreek made, and then he got mad.
So we thought he didn't say that, but I guess we were just playing on our phones, because he did say it's a shame we didn't kiss.
And I'm sorry, like, who says that?
That's not right.
That ain't right. And like, I hated how they were trying to make Ella look like she was lying, because Ella, I have not seen twist words. Mm-hmm. She literally just says exactly what was said. Abby will twist the freaking story to whatever it looks best for her. But I really hated that she was like, she's a fucking liar. Like, Ella definitely has beef with the other Ella. Ella won. Mm-hmm. Ty was flirting. Ty forgot he was in a situationship, which is what will happen on the outside. And then Whitney's saying that you're the girl to make him change and grow. Do you want to be that girl?
I don't care for that. Tyreek has to be the girl that makes him change and grow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no one can be that girl. That's just, it's too much pressure, and it's not realistic. Like, you cannot make someone change unless someone wants to change for themselves.
What's gonna happen is you will groom and you will make him into that for the next girl. Else.
Totally.
That's what happens.
Always. Every time.
All your hard work.
They take all the benefits of that.
Yes.
And plop them right on the next girl who they marry.
100%.
Yeah.
This is what's happening.
And like, lest we forget how young Tyreek is. So for this to be his first girlfriend, like, he's just learning the ropes. He's a little puppy in puppy training school. You know what I mean? But he's not going to graduate from this and marry Ella. I'm so sorry to say. And and then Tyreek was trying to say to Ella too, no, I said it's a shame that was our last kiss because it's never happening again. I'm like,
so the same thing.
Right. Because you want it to happen again. Like, what are you talking about?
I know. And when even Ella was like, I'm seeing all the red flags and more in Tyreek, I'm just ignoring them. Like, I hope you are knowing that these things are red flags.
Right. And it's only going to be worse when every thought isn't recorded in the beach hut. Every action to every girl isn't recorded. Like, it's only going to be worse when Tyreek is left to his own devices in the real world, and you're not sitting next to Tyreek 24/7 in the real world either.
Yeah.
Like, you have a job.
He like almost was repulsed at the thought of you even moving to the same city.
Totally, to the same city. Like, Tyreek's the guy you have to keep like one eye on Tyreek and the other eye on the TV, because you just don't know what he's doing on his phone.
Totally.
So is just
not how it should be. That sounds like anxiety. She's on her emotional roller coaster, and some girls like the chaos.
Yes,
when
some
they're
girls
that young,
do.
you know.
Yes.
So again, we've all done that. We've all liked that guy. It's the chase. It's wondering when you're gonna get him to settle down. But we all know how the story ends in the end. But that Snog, Marry, Pie was pretty crazy because of the Zach and Kady thing, and then Mitch got pied a lot.
Yeah,
I felt bad for that.
I liked that. But I really just do like when the girls get each other's back and they're like, you've been treating Abi badly. Like, I do like when the girls band together and like stick up for each other, because that's like, we don't see that as much anymore on Love Island. So I liked that.
Yeah.
I thought it was also an easy out for the girls and whatever, but I liked that.
Crazy how Whitney pies Zach and says she wonders if it's the easy way out.
Yeah. I think it is Zach's easy way out. And I do think that's because he knows Molly's going to be there. He knows Molly's a quote unquote like smooth sail to the end. So I do think that's kind of where Zach is with that. I don't think he's going to admit that, and he's going to like act like he's super into Molly, but I don't think like...
But they're like always together, and they really are like always touching. They're very flirty. They seem obsessed with each other. I think Zach is just a man of very few words.
Yeah.
And I don't know how a girl can there's only so much of that until you want real conversations. Like, how are they not closed off or quote unquote in a relationship? Like,
but
how?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, if he was like super that into her, I think they would be closed off already. I mean, Tyreek and Ella are closed. Sammy and Jess are closed off, for God's sakes.
Right.
Like, I just feel like if he really felt that way, he'd be closed off. He's not closed off because he doesn't want to be closed off, because he wants to keep his options open, because he's not like obsessed with Molly. I do think Zach is going to sit there in silence and just like caress whatever attractive girl he's with.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't figure Zach out. I do think he likes her, and it could be a thing where he's waiting to ask her out outside of the show.
Nah.
Okay. I can't see them working on the outside. I really can't.
I do think he likes her.
Yeah.
Like, enough. Do you know what I mean?
He likes her the most in this villa.
For right now.
She is far gone, though.
Oh, she is head over heels.
Yeah.
In love. She is in LOVE.
Yeah, she is. She's in love.
But
how about her crying, though? Well, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
Well, to Whitney and Ella's defense, I think they were saying that she never brought up the Kady thing. Like, she just swept it under the rug. And it's like, people like that, they're gonna boil over. And then, really? I can't even believe he picked Kady. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you okay?
No, like, he's so dumb.
He's so, and honestly, I don't think he did it maliciously. I think he's just dumb and like truly chose who he wanted to kiss.
But he was like, well, I just wanted to kiss her. And I thought marry you would be better. Like, bro, it's never better to fake marry someone. Just like kiss who you're with.
But to the defense, I think Molly would be like,
mad either way.
Yes.
I could see that. But also right before the competition, when they got the text, he's like, I'm going to be snogging someone. And she said, you're not snogging anyone.
No, she said, I've watched this clip 1,000 times. It made the caption say you. She said, I'm. Literally watch the little clip, because there's like tweets everywhere. It's like, you're not snogging anywhere. She specifically says, I'm. Because I was like, I literally listened to it without the captions on, and then I read the captions. It's I'm. So that makes more sense to me. She goes, I'm not. They just wanted us to think that Molly told him not to, but she didn't.
But even if she did say, I'm not snogging anyone, don't you think Zach should maybe rub some two brain cells together and be like, well, if she's not, like, maybe I shouldn't?
Kiss on the cheek.
Right.
Like, you're dumb.
No, you're so stupid. And then to just be like, but like, she was the only other one I wanted to kiss. And she's like, right. So you want to kiss someone else.
He wanted to kiss her. The end.
But like, also, it wasn't like a kiss. Like, it was like, make out, hand in the hair.
Business.
It was sexual tension.
It was unfinished business. That's literally what it was. And the fact that she went back for seconds,
that was savage. And then like his reaction after that, like laughing, can't look seriously. Like Scott's like, get it together. And Molly's like, he can't stop laughing. He can't stop laughing. I too am a victim. Sorry. of also laughing in awkward situations when I feel
too.
nervous.
Me too.
So like I actually felt that for Zach. I'm like, I just think he's like, oh my God, I'm so fucked right now that he couldn't keep it together.
I agree.
So I didn't think that was like muggy to Molly necessarily.
I'm just trying to figure out if I didn't see her crying, I would have thought this was just for antics.
I do think she's like genuinely in love again with Zach, but I do think like the way she's like talks about it is just inauthentic. And like one of the girls said, I think Kady was like, she's finally saying something's bothering her. So I do think she sits there like, nothing's bothering me. Me and Zach are closed off. We're good. She's like one of those girls that needs to act like her house is like perfectly well kept. Well, it's a disaster in there, you know? So I do think like it hurt her soul to have to act like it hurt because she wants it to be like, no, we talked about him kissing you because we thought it'd be funny. Like she wants to act like everything's okay.
Yeah, which isn't cool because she's just like buddy with Zach. And she's not really a girl's girl.
No, I feel
which
like
we said from the beginning.
Right. She's never sitting there talking to any of the girls.
No. Which is like, isn't that not fun?
Especially on like Love Island. Like that's such a it's like a sorority house in there.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That's such a fun time to just like get close girlfriends that you're just gonna be friends with forever. Like, you know?
Totally. So Whitney was voted our favorite. Which I love them two together.
That tracks. I really like them.
He's a really good guy because everyone wanted to marry him.
Yeah, I really like them.
And I love them together. I think they're so cute.
I'm
obsessed. So they're probably gonna win, which I hope they win.
Fine with me.
Yeah. Which we when we were trying to figure out our top four, we didn't even say Whitney. Like,
we didn't?
No. Like, are we okay?
No, we're not.
No, I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my God, no, we're not okay.
I know we didn't do Whitney because Whitney's obviously our number one. So we were trying to think of maybe the other contenders.
Right. And like I always think of Whitney just like as Whitney. I forget about her being in a couple.
I know, right?
So I think that's too what happened.
And then Amber and Josh go home finally.
Goodbye. Like useless.
And I just can't even believe my eyes. And I cannot wait for tomorrow to unpack that.
Me too. I really want to hear how Whitney's going to defend that because clearly Whitney made that decision.
Think?
You're going to send your best guy friend home?
And she just said in the thing, like, Uzi's a lover boy. Like, he looks like a fuck boy, but he is a lover boy.
Right.
Maybe she wasn't buying the Kady thing.
I think Whitney sent Kady home and Uzi was collateral damage.
But I thought Ella was the one with the beef with Kady.
But, like, I think...
Why would
Whitney
choose Ella? Because if Whitney and Ella, one, are really good friends, why wouldn't she get rid of this toxic tornado?
But, like, who's more... Yeah, that's so true.
And Mitch, who has had multiple options, which she said, like, this 2 + 2 did not equal 4.
No, 2 + 2 equaled...
Mars.
Literally.
Out of this world.
No, that was... There has to be another reason that is, like, beyond what we can see as a viewer. Like, production pushing it or something. Because... no matter what way you slice it, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't at all. So I guess we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see.
I love how they call that out. Like, they were probably like shocked. Like, I was waiting for Molly's face to see Kady back. I was kind of overseeing them as much as I want Uzi in there. It was feeling weird to me.
Yeah.
It was feeling icky and forced and fake. So I'm glad they left. But I just wish they just sent all of those 3 couples home.
But like, and if it feels fake to us, it probably feels fake to the Islanders, even more so. But is it more fake than Ella and Mitch?
Exactly.
Which is screaming inauthentic.
Exactly.
So I understand
that. They have voiced that. They've never voiced that Kady and Uzi feel fake.
Exactly. Or at least we haven't seen it, which means they probably haven't brought it up enough times, or it was in passing, or it didn't get traction. But I understand sending Kady and Uzi home objectively from afar. But when your options are Kady and Uzi and Mitch and Ella,
agreed,
then I don't understand it.
Agreed.
Bizarre. Makes no sense. Make it make sense.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow to find out. Thank you guys all for listening to Fire Pit Chat, your daily dose of all things Love Island. I'm your host, Demi, and this is Jasmine. We appreciate you listening. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to leave us a 5-star review and share with your fellow island lover, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.